I'm Tammy Jones, and I am the 2014 U.S. Amateur Champion.
I'm Linda Wang, and I'm the 2017 U.S. Amateur Champion.
My name is Dana Aft, and I am the 2013 U.S. Amateur Champion.
My name is Kenneth Brisbane, and I am the 2014 U.S. Amateur Champion! Yes! Yeah, baby!
All right, and we are back in action here at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida, continuing coverage of the Open Division of this year's U.S. Amateur Championship. Another solid match here on the streaming table. We got Jose Del Rio. Jose, the owner here of Strokers, pulling double duty, trying to take home his first U.S. Amateur Championship title while also running this outstanding facility here. Always a tough chore, I'm sure. Nice to get a chance to see Jose on the stream, taking on Terry Edwards. Good matchup here. Couple of perennial USAM participants. Little safety there by Jose. No bio sheet from Jose, but I can tell you that he's a local guy here, Pinellas County, Tampa area. And I can also tell you he's got a heck of a pool room here, so if you're ever down this way, make sure you pop into Strokers in Palm Harbor. Terry Edwards now at the table. Briefly, Terry's out of Alpine, Alabama. Again, all matches here in the open division are a race to 7. We are in double elimination. It'll remain that way until we get to the final round. We have an extended race. These players are going to play up to, well, they're definitely going to play 5 games of 8 ball up to 8 games of 9 ball. All the competition here at the U.S. Amateur Championship played on 9-foot tables. I know Jose had all these tables recovered just a couple of weeks ago. Just enough time to get some play on them. Get them nice and broken in. Again, we're now in the 12 o'clock round here at Strokers. Second round of the day. Hope you're having a great Friday. It's going to be a great Friday here. Terry's on the board first, leads 1-0. What else can we tell you about Terry One-Shot Edwards? Been playing pool 20 years. His father introduced him to the game when he was a kid. He is the 2018 Alabama 10-ball state champion. He's got several other APA accolades. Some of the influences in his pool career: Rodney Morris, the Hall of Famer, and Chris Melling from England. I think Chris is getting ready to play in the new Predator Championship League event that Matchroom's putting on over in the UK. Kicks off next week. Terry wanted to make sure he thanked his sponsors: Bumper Nets, Viking Q's, Papa G's, Parrish Automotive, Hustlin' USA Clothing, and BLP Media. A shout out to Terry's sponsors. It's Jose Del Rio now at the table. And I know Jose's biggest sponsor, Strokers, Palm Harbor, Florida. Stay Staff here at Strokers taking great care of us. This event has been here in Tampa since 2009. First couple years at the old Strokers location there off Hillsborough, over in the Tampa side. Moved over here in 2011. It's been the home of the U.S. Amateur Championship ever since. Great facility, great tables, great food, great service, just a great atmosphere. Highly recommend it next time you're in this area looking to play some pool. Now they host a number of leagues in here, obviously APA leagues, and I think they have some of their own in-house activities, different tournaments and stuff that come through here. Bring Terry Edwards back to the table. Terry's best finish in this event came in 2014 when he finished in 9th place. The 2019 U.S. Amateur finished 13th, so he's usually in the mix late in the later rounds. Looking to take the next step. Add his name to that Larry Hubbard Trophy, named after APA founder Larry Hubbard, who passed away in 2013. An outstanding player in his own right, Hall of Famer. And a huge advocate of the U.S. Amateur Championship in its early years. A lot of folks doubted that the U.S. Amateur Championship could work. Not many pool tournaments out there that technically offer no prize money. Of course, you do get some great prizes, including entry and travel and all that stuff into a pro event. You get to come back and defend your title. But I think if you ask most of the former champs, their biggest thing is getting their name on that trophy. Forever being remembered as a U.S. Amateur champion. Amazing how this event has grown over the last quarter century. Give a shout out to Jeannie Seaver. She is our women's U.S. Amateur champion. Took home that title last night. The victory over Julia Shearman in an all-Florida finale. Jeannie local to the Tampa area. Julia was out of Port St. Lucie on the east side of the state. A lot of great players here in the state of Florida. Again, you're seeing another one of them here, Jose Del Rio. Our defending champ, Tina Larson, finished in 5th, 6th place, so I know she's tuning in, and I know that's not the outcome she wanted, but still a outstanding finish given the level of competition here. Always tough to come in as the defending champion too. Everybody's gunning for you. Everybody's looking for you on the bracket. You hear that? Little audio glitch here. Terry leading this race to 7-2-0 early on. This is the 3rd game of the 8-ball set. We'll see 2 more before they switch to 9-ball. Later today, I'll be joined by my good buddy, Double J, Jeremy Jones. I know folks really enjoy having Jeremy call their matches. We let him sleep in a little bit today. He was here all day yesterday calling the matches, but he'll be in around 1:30. Just in time for what I believe should be Blake Baker and Ernesto Bayawa squaring off. I think that's who we're going to have on the streaming table next. Still waiting for official word, but I know a lot of folks out there voting for that or rooting for that matchup. One of many great matchups today here at Strokers. Boy, Terry Edwards looks good early on. Pockets at 2 in the corner. You can see the 3 ball there. Strong start for Mr. Edwards, now up 3-0. He's been getting on a pool table somewhere because he's in stroke. I know several tournaments happening here locally in the Tampa area with all these great players in town. Some of these players coming from areas where they haven't been able to play a lot of pool. Had a chance to catch up with Philip Hupp, who we saw on the TV table in the first round after his match. From up in Salem, Oregon, one of the few places on the West Coast that was able to host a U.S. Amateur Championship preliminary due to state and local restrictions due to the pandemic. A lot of those things seem to be opening up, though. Fourth game of the 8-ball set here. Jose still looking to get on the board here in this second round. Can't imagine how difficult it is to try to run the location and play in the event, but something Jose's gotten used to over the years. Pockets that 1, unfortunately follows it in with the cue ball for the scratch. Which means Terry will have ball in hand here. Chance to do some further damage. I believe this was the last of the matches to get started during the 12:30 round. 12 o'clock round, not 12:30, excuse me. Again, if you're just joining us, this is the U.S. Amateur Championship taking place at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. Of course, brought to you by the American Pool Players Association. Terry pockets at 2 in the corner. Play got underway here on Wednesday with the women's division, which wrapped up last night. Mentioned Jeannie Seaver, your new champion in the women's division. In the open division, we got going at 10:30 this morning, so we're 2 rounds in and still a long way to go. Lots of excitement still to be had, and we'll be bringing you most of it here on the APA Facebook page. I'll have most of the rounds for you today. Depending on how late into the evening we go, we may miss 1 or 2 at the end of the day, so we can be back fresh and ready for tomorrow. Terry can't cut that 4 in the side. Let's see if Jose can put together some shots here. Cut into that lead. Try to slow Terry down a little bit because he has looked awfully good early on in this match. Can find brackets for this year's event at compusport.us. You can search a particular player's name, or you can view the overall bracket, see who plays when. Just as I say that, it magically appears in the comments. Look at that. Magic. It's the magic of Kara Price. See, I got the name right too today. Kara's on the controls here, controlling the mothership. Without her, none of this magic happens. Well, again, Terry just cruising along here. Pockets the 4 in the side. I'm sorry, the 8 in the side, takes a 4-0 lead. This will be the final game of the 8-ball set here, which thus far has been all Terry Edwards. Terry plays with the Viking cue, obviously. Terry said his playing philosophy is to just keep shooting. He pockets a couple balls on the break. Kind of reminds me of the old, what's the Nemo movie? Nemo? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Those of you with kids out there will get that. Those of you without will think I'm crazy. That's alright. You're both kind of right. Looks like most of our viewers agree that at this point Terry is looking very strong. It's 11 in the side, 9 in the top corner. I believe that was the 15 in the lower corner there. In the corner. Some folks asking if Terry's 9-ball game is just as strong. I gotta imagine the answer is close to yes. Having been here several times, of course, just as we compliment, misses, I think, maybe his first shot of the match. Nice opportunity for Jose here to pocket some balls. Hopefully get on the board here. Defending champion Blake Baker in the house. Again, plays at 1:30 today. What's going on, man? You want to join us? Come on up, grab a headset. We'll get you set up. See if we can get Blake in here to chat with us a little bit.
You're gonna sit here.
Might as well.
Let you hear from Blake momentarily. Blake, good to see you, my man.
Hello, hello.
How was the trip down from Washington? Long, I'm sure.
It was nice though. We split it up pretty nice. We had a 3-hour flight to Minneapolis and then a 3-hour flight here. So.
Oh, you flew down. Okay, I thought you were. I thought you were driving down. I
No,
thought, man,
no.
that's a long drive. I drove down from St. Louis, which was a
Oh,
long
wow.
drive, but
Yeah.
Spokane, Washington, that's about as far as you can get away
yeah,
from
you
Florida.
Ain't lying. I think that's like the 3,000-mile mark or something like that. That's pretty long.
Yeah. Family doing good. The baby doing
It
good.
was awesome. She did great. I was expecting a lot worse. Let's just say that.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's good to get them on a plane when they're young. Get them used to it.
Right, right. Yeah, I was really paranoid about it, but it went great. She slept about half the time, and she really didn't start fussing until like 15 minutes before we landed.
Nice. Yeah, probably the ears.
So, yep.
Well, Blake, so far in this match, it's been all Terry Edwards.
I see that.
Now leading 5-0. Closes out the 8-ball set perfect. You typically like to start in the 8-ball or the 9-ball set, if it's your choice?
Preferably probably 8-ball. Just
8-ball?
kind of gets y'all a little warmed up.
Chance to hit a few more balls.
Exactly, yeah.
Gotcha.
A little less pressure.
You ever run into either one of these guys on the table, Jose or Terry?
Neither one, but I seen Terry here the 2019 event.
Yeah,
But
he's looking strong early
yeah,
on.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Looks like you are squared up to play Ernesto at 1:30. That's a tough opening round draw.
You ain't lying. I thought that'd be more like a Sunday match, but it's
Maybe a Sunday match too.
it could be. It possibly could be. But yeah, we'll definitely one of us got to lose. That's the thing. So it's gonna be a long grind for one of us.
One in the side there on the break. So Blake, what do you see when you look at this table now, this layout?
Well, I can't really tell if he can make that 2-ball. I can't. Yeah, he looks like he can. I see maybe like a real good low right draw stroke and hitting the bottom side of the 9-ball, and then they'll put the cue ball by the left side there. Oh, he just played safe. I like that idea.
Ooh.
I like that. That's a lot better.
Tucked it right in there, didn't he?
You ain't lying. That's a lot smarter option. I was looking at the more aggressive how to run out, but he can run out right after this ball in hand. So.
Joined by Blake Baker. Of course, Blake, the defending champion. Been able to hold on to that title a little bit longer, too, with the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly.
But finally a chance to defend it. Of course, Blake came in 2019, his first ever appearance at the U.S. Amateur Championship, and stormed through the field, going undefeated. This year, you won't be the great unknown, though, my man.
No.
Everybody's going to be looking for you. Does that change anything for you at all, or just focus on yourself?
Honestly, I think I like it more like that. I like the eyes on me and the attention, people actually recognizing who I am. Instead of last year, I kind of, like you said, I was kind of the unknown. Nobody really knew me, and I didn't really get talked about until I think Final Four, the winter side I played on the stream. That was like the first time I was really actually like noticed in that tournament, you know?
Right. I always get that question from folks. How do you get on the stream? I say, you just keep winning.
Exactly.
That's the number one way to do it. You
Right.
just keep winning, and eventually you will find yourself on that table. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't see any issues with this run out here. The 7 to the 8 is the only issue I really see. It's you got to get pretty good, but they're laying up pretty good here. I believe this is the 4 down the left, right? Or is that the 5?
Yeah, that's the 4 ball down there. Yeah, they got
yeah.
the TV balls.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It is a little hard to tell with the coloration
Right.
sometimes. Blake had a question. How old are you?
25.
25.
Yeah.
25 and a great career ahead of him. So you were 23 when you won the title?
24.
24,
I turned
okay.
26 in August.
Got to be one of the youngest champions we've ever had, too. Maybe the youngest.
Oh, yeah. He's looking real good. The angle to the 7 to the 8 here is, I think you just stop it, draw it back maybe an inch or two like that. Just make sure you got enough angle to come back down by where those chalks are pretty much. Maybe right where he's looking. That's about right where you want to go.
When you get a chance to see some of these guys play, I mean, do you make any kind of mental notes, like in case you play them down the road, or you just kind of take in the match and don't think too much about it?
So I necessarily don't like take notes of. I notice they all play really good. I can't really make mistakes I notice they all play good enough to take advantage of all my mistakes.
Sure.
You know? So it's like I was here last night right after the finals, and I was playing for a little bit, and I was watching the competition around me. Man, I was like, wow, there's some guys I've never seen before that are really good, that are running out racks and making it look pretty effortless. And I was like, wow. So I thought it was pretty cool that it seems like competition this year might be even a little stronger than last year.
Nice. Yeah, definitely some new faces. You know, I don't know if that's a result of kind of some of the shutdowns in certain places. I know, especially on the West Coast, not a lot of players. There are a few here, though. Obviously, yourself. And
Right.
we just saw Philip Hupp out of Salem, Oregon, that first round.
So, yeah, it looks like he got that. Maybe he hit the 7 a little too fat and didn't get enough. He got hooked on that 8. He had a kick.
Good chance here for Jose to get on the board.
Exactly. Get that first one on the board, get that pressure off. It's always huge. And you never know. Maybe this 8 ball, he prefers 9 ball. You never know. Just get that 8 ball out of the way.
Jose pockets that 8 on the side.
Oh, yeah, that was good. A little bump on the 9. That's perfect.
There you go, Jose. Finally on the board. Still trails 5-1. But it's a good way to start the 9-ball set.
Exactly. You got to start somewhere.
So when you win, so we're not lagging this year. They're doing the coin toss because of COVID. But when you win the lag or the coin toss, do you typically always take the break, or do you prefer to choose the format of the game?
So in the beginning of the tournament last year, I always chose 8 ball because I just wanted to make sure we played 8 ball off the bat. And
so you actually would give up the break?
Well, like I said, that was the beginning. And then
you made some adjustments,
then,
huh?
Yeah, I ran into, as you go deeper in winning the tournament, you run into a little bit tougher competition. And they start running out more consistently. And then that break becomes a little bit more important. So eventually, I think it was the Final Four, or might have been even the winner's bracket match for the hot seat. I switched to choosing to break instead of just because I realized how pivotal it was.
Well, scratching the side pocket there for Jose is that.
And it's not looking good. That 3-4 combo, it's about the only issue about where the 3 is going to go. But other than that, this is looking really good for Terry.
Any of these players in particular you remember from your title run that stood out the last time that you're kind of keeping your eye on? Any names you?
Well, there's a few names that are playing in it that played in it in the previous year, but there's a few also new names that I'm in very good competition. But as far as the people that are already here that played in it last year were, or I should say 2019, definitely David Royale. He won it before. What's his name? James Adams.
Yeah, James, a local guy. Yeah, young local guy here.
Trying to think, who's another? Well, Jacob Watson, he plays pretty good.
Yeah, young guy out of Texas, I believe.
Yeah.
He's here this year.
Who else? I know I've seen a couple other guys that are.
All guys that are perennial qualifiers here that you've named, guys that we see year after year, it seems like.
Right.
Kind of a fraternity of players here. It's a homecoming for a lot of these guys. That's one thing I've talked to a lot of the former champions about. I say, what keeps you coming back? And they say, well, it's the camaraderie of the event, the sportsmanship, and it's just a little bit different than the other tournaments they play in.
Right.
They genuinely look forward to seeing some of these guys and having a chance to play them once again. And
right.
Mom and the baby back at the hotel relaxing. They going to try to come over and watch, or are they staying home?
They're actually spending all my money shopping right now, but but yeah, they're planning on hanging out at the hotel a lot.
Yeah.
And but yeah, we're really looking forward. We're going to Disney on Monday.
Nice.
So yeah, that's a little 2-week vacay. That was a hell of a shot there. Went all the way around, high left. That was a good stroke.
Things turning around a little bit for Jose, maybe.
Yeah, got a little unfortunate. Probably got a little straighter than he wanted, but just to get all the way around the table with the angle he had, that was very sporty. So now he's looking, it looks pretty straight. So he probably just has to stop it or draw back a little bit, put the 8 in the side or the corner by the 9. Doesn't have very many options here.
I know when we talked last week, you mentioned you just took down a tournament not too long ago up in, was it Wyoming or Montana?
Montana,
Montana,
yep.
okay.
Yep. It was about a 5-hour drive from us, but it wasn't bad. It was open. Oh, that was a good shot there. He drew it to make sure he had a more bigger pocket on the other side. That's not a bad idea. But no, it was a 68-man open field in Kalispell, Montana. Raced the 5/8 ball.
Nice.
But it was a cool tournament. It was flighted. I've never played one of those before.
Okay.
You have half the tournament show up at 9 a.m. and half the tournament show up at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
And then the last, like, I think 12 of each bracket go into the last day. But if you have a loss, you get your loss back.
Oh, okay.
So, crazy enough, I lost to one of my sponsor, Jam Up Apparel. The owner of that is Damian Pong Panic.
Yeah.
I lost Hill pretty deep in my bracket on the first flight, and then I end up making it back to the final day and get my loss back, and then went undefeated on Sunday.
Nice.
So yeah, that was a little confidence boost before the show.
I bet. Always good to win an event before you go play in another event.
Right.
That's great. Great that you've been able to play too.
Yeah, I feel bad for a lot of people that don't have that opportunity.
Yeah.
I was that way for a long time though. Like since COVID, I think I've only played like 2 or 3 major tournaments. Only one really on a 9-footer, so it's kind of some people are more fortunate than others.
And I'm guessing were you set to play in the U.S. Open?
Yeah.
Last year when everything kind of
I was
fell apart, huh?
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. There was so many, like, all the different events going on in Vegas there, like all the casino
Crazy. Were you
tournaments.
out there during all that?
Yeah.
Well, obviously, yeah. You were living out there at the time,
Yep.
so.
And then the baby was born during it all. We just needed to get out of that scene because some people didn't really care about the COVID, and it's still Vegas. They just want to party it up, you know. It's like we're just gonna be more
Well, I saw some video early on after Vegas shut down. It was super eerie. I mean, it was like the strip was empty. I'd
It
never
was
seen anything
weird.
like that in my life.
It was weird, that's for sure.
Can't even imagine it being empty out there, but sounds like things are coming back to life out there a good
Yeah.
bit, like most
Yeah.
places in the country.
Exactly, yeah.
We hope to be back out there in August for our next big championship event.
So it looks like Jose's slowly climbing back into it.
Yeah. Just biding his time for that 9-ball set.
Yeah, he lying. I think next set he'll choose 9-ball right after the gate. That's my feeling.
Yeah, I did not see. I didn't see who won the. Do we know who won the break? And he chose the break. So
I
Jose
guess
so
it's
Jose picked
8-ball.
8-ball. Interesting. Well, and just when it looked like Terry could not be stopped, he's now missed a couple of shots
Yeah.
we expected him to make.
That's all it takes. The other guy to make a couple mistakes and you to just capitalize and shoot good. And you get a bunch of confidence and he loses some, and that's all it really takes there.
What do you think about this mixed 8-ball, 9-ball format? Popular with you? I know it's popular with a lot of these players, obviously.
I love it, but I've never really played it. So I've never played. I think the APA Masters, they do it too, but
Sure, yeah.
I've never done that. I've never played that league either. So,
Okay.
but no, I really haven't played this format except for the qualifier and this. But I really like it. It gives the kind of best of both worlds. You get to play
Yeah.
everything, and some people are better 8-ball players, some people are better 9-ball players. You know, so if you're a better all-around player, that's what you need.
Yeah. I'm curious, since you've been here, if you've located your name on the trophy there. Were you able to find?
That
Okay,
was
there you
one
go.
of the first things I did last night, and I got it in here.
Pretty consistent when guys win the tournament. They come back and they
It's a pretty cool thing to see.
locate that trophy to see their name on it. Forever a part of the U.S. Amateur Championship history now.
Yeah, that's definitely that's one thing I'm definitely gonna try to put my name twice on there.
There you go.
Yeah, like I said, I got a tough road to do it though.
Have you looked at the bracket? I know you got Ernesto
I got
in the first
Ernesto,
round.
and
I don't know
then-
how it looks after that.
So there's one of my buddies from Minnesota. He qualified this year. Named Tyler Steinhaus. He and I were kind of like rivals growing up.
Yeah, because you're originally from like the Midwest, the upper
Iowa,
Midwest?
yeah.
Iowa,
So
okay.
and we played in the VNA World Championships juniors growing up,
Okay.
and he won it 4 straight years from like age like 15 to 19 or something. And, and I beat him on his very last year in the championship, and so that was only my second title, and he won, like I said, he's won like 5 or 6
And
times.
what's his name?
Tyler Steinhaus.
Okay, so he's here as well.
And we'll have to play each other like third round if we both win
Okay.
all our matches. So I know I got a long road in front of me, but it's gonna be. I like that. So I was looking forward last year. I was looking forward to playing everybody. You know, like if I know me and Brian, if we would have won our next matches, we would have played each other. But he ended up losing a really tight, close one.
That's right. Yeah.
So it was like I kind of live for those opportunities though to play the better guys. You know.
That's great.
It's the only way you're gonna get better.
What do they say? Iron sharpens iron? Something like that?
Right. Well, right when we said it, Terry's kind of taking control back of this rack. He's got a pretty good angle here to come back on the 8. 8 to the 9 looks pretty good too. Good draw stroke. There you go.
Looks like your buddy Tyler plays Jacob Watson in the first round.
Yeah,
so
I've
again,
seen
that's
that.
probably a pretty good
Yeah.
matchup of young players. Love to see all the young talent coming through now
It's
too.
awesome. Yeah. I've got a feeling Tyler signed up this year just because I see me last year.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling. But yeah, that'd be great to hopefully match up with him later on.
Terry finishes off that rack now on the
That's a big
hill.
one there. That's a big one. Now there's a lot of pressure on Jose.
Again, Terry will have the break. Jose prepares the rack. How do you stay in a match when you get, I mean, I don't know how often you get down real heavy in a match, but when you do, I mean, how do you mentally say, I need to, you know, without just giving up, right? Without saying, well, it's out of touch now or out of just one game at a time, I guess.
You just got to really bear down and take it ball per ball. You can't really lose focus on anything.
Okay, ball for ball, yeah, not even game by game, ball by ball.
You got to make sure you're pretty much precise on everything, because you get out of line on one ball, or you miss one ball, it could cost you the whole match, you know, because you're on that brink of the loss right now. So
strong break, but again, a scratch.
Gives them a little hope. 3 to the 4, and then that's the only issue I see also on this rack. You got to get a good angle down behind the 3, right by the middle diamond there, a little above the 7, so you come back down table for the 4. Because if you get anywhere on the right side of that 3 ball, it's pretty hard to come all the way back table for the 4. He wants to be to the left of the spot a little bit there from that angle. You got a little trouble there. So now it's on the wrong side of the 2 ball. That means the cue ball can only stay up table here. It can't go past the side, yeah. So he's looking. That actually might be an option too. Just roll up a little bit, shoot it in this bottom right corner with high English, and then come back on that short side for the 4 ball.
Again, if you're just tuning in, you're seeing live coverage of the U.S. Amateur Championship from Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. Palm Harbor right across the bay from Tampa. Just a really gorgeous part of the country. Not so much today, though. A little cool out there today.
Yeah.
I don't have the right kind of clothes for out there today.
I got in last night and it was storming real bad.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it's not the Florida I was expecting, but.
Well, if you're here for a couple weeks, you're bound to get it.
Yeah, exactly.
We've had some beautiful weather thus far, but past couple days a little rainy, a little cooler. I think a cool front came through. Well, I'm being handed the player profiles. I'm guessing this is a prelude to the next match. I don't know if they told you, but you are officially on the stream table for your first match against Ernesto. I assumed as much, but until they hand me the papers, I never know. So.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much.
I know I was joking with you last week. You had to wait around the last time you were here to get a stream match, and now you get the first one, right? Your first one right out there. So. Any added pressure when you're on the stream like that? Does that bother you at all? Do you even think about it? Not so much.
Not really. I mean, I like the pressure.
Yeah.
But, wish it wasn't necessarily my first match, but gotta get it off the way. But
yeah. Well, the good thing is it's the same thing for your opponent, right? He's got to deal with the same.
Right on. Yeah, exactly.
Should be. Have you matched up with Ernesto before? Have you guys played?
We actually played the 9 ball. In Vegas in the Nationals.
Okay.
For APA.
Okay.
Yeah. And
so you've met up with him before.
Yeah, I end up winning that one, but I think he's won the 8 ball a couple times, right? Or once or twice.
I believe so. The 8 ball classic. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's won it once or twice for sure.
Do see quite a few of these guys out in Vegas as well in the 8 ball classic and the 9 ball shootout. They always seem to qualify.
Right.
A lot of folks excited to see that next match. So again, shortly after we wrap this one up, you'll get a chance to see Blake in action.
Oh, there it is.
That was fast, right on cue.
You ain't lying.
Well, Terry Edwards makes quick work in this one over Jose Del Rio. And of course, they will both live to fight a little bit later in the tournament, double elimination. So we'll see more of them. Blake, we appreciate you joining us, my man. I want to let you head down and get ready for your match. We'll look forward to calling it, and best of luck to you in the tournament.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right,
folks.
appreciate you guys joining us. We'll be back in just a few minutes.